President Jia Wenjian, President of the Beijing Foreign Studies University, Mr. Zhao Gang, Vice President of the Beijing Foreign Studies Universities, Excellencies, distinguished guests, colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure to join you for this 2025 CCAS Annual Conference. Allow me to begin by acknowledging the vision and leadership of the Beijing Foreign Studies University and the Consortium of Country and Area Studies for convening a platform where rigorous scholarship meets real-world governance. Your work strengthens dialogue across cultures and disciplines, precisely what our current moment demands. This year's conference takes place at an important juncture. We mark the 80th anniversary of the United Nations, and 1 year since member states adopted the Pact for the Future, together with the Global Digital Compact and the Declaration of Future Generations. These milestones are not only commemorations, they are a mandate to renew the values that have guided the United Nations since 1945: peace, cooperation, and shared responsibility, and to adapt them to a world profoundly changed by technology, geopolitics, and climate risks. We also meet at a time when the gap between aspiration and reality is stark. The climate crisis respects no borders. Frontier technologies outpace governance. Inequalities threaten social cohesion and trust. The Pact for the Future recognizes that our multilateral system must evolve to deliver through more inclusive decision-making, renewed solidarity, and the results that people can feel in their daily lives. Universities like BFSU are indispensable in these efforts as they generate the evidence we need for informed decision-making, train future leaders, and create spaces, open debates across differences. Ladies and gentlemen, your agenda reflects the questions that will shape the next decade. The responsibilities of major powers in a multipolar world, the continuing relevance of the Bandung spirit, the role of political parties in policy innovation, and the leadership of young people in sustainable development. You are also highlighting harmonious unity and good governance, a lens that values coexistence amid diversity and inclusive institutions that serve the common good. Area studies are vital here. Linguistic capability, historical context, and local knowledge turn policy intent into policy impact. The UN's priorities are closely aligned with this agenda. First, deliver on the Sustainable Development Goals with renewed financing and implementation partnerships so commitments translate into clinics, classrooms, clean energy, and decent jobs. Second, govern digital transformation through Global Digital Compact principles, universal connectivity, online safety, human rights-based approach to artificial intelligence governance, so technology empowers rather than divides. Third, advance climate action, consistent with keeping with the 1.5-degree target alive, with a just transition that protects livelihoods as well as ecosystems. And fourth, embed intergeneration justice so today's decisions account for tomorrow's rights and risks. Ladies and gentlemen, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres put it plainly, and I quote, "We cannot create a future fit for our grandchildren with a system built by our grandparents." End of quote. This is the spirit of the pact, modernizing cooperation as it delivers for people and planet. In China, the United Nations country team partners with the government, academia, the private sector, and civil society to advance carbon neutrality, inclusive innovation, and global engagement. At the universal level, implementation means research that answers real policy questions, curricula that equips graduates with data literacy, ethical reasoning, and cross-cultural competence, and international cooperation that elevates Southern perspectives and shared solutions. Colleagues and friends, the UN 80 milestone is a moment both to celebrate and to reflect. Implementing the pact for the future is not only simply about drafting roadmaps, it is about results measured in trust restored, communities included, and futures safeguarded. Research alone cannot resolve geopolitical tensions or close the climate finance gap. But without rigorous, independent, and globally networked scholarship, we cannot hope to navigate complex trade-offs or design institutions that are both legitimate and effective. As you begin your discussions, I encourage you to keep 3 verbs in mind: listen, connect, implement. Listen across disciplines and borders to surface blind spots and shared interests. Connect evidence to policy through co-creation with practitioners and communities. Third, implement through partnerships that mobilize finance, technology, and capacity at scale. In this spirit, BFSU and CCAS are helping to shape a future-oriented multilateralism that is inclusive, knowledge-driven, and accountable. The UN in China stands ready to continue this partnership, linking research to action, ideas to impact. I wish you a very productive conference, and I look forward to the insights and collaborations that will emerge. Together, we can turn commitments into reality, dialogue into delivery, creating a more powerful, peaceful, sustainable, and prosperous world. Thank you very much. 谢谢。